The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.
Man. Mic check. We here. We live and we hot.
Yo.
And
Back.
young guy got a new camera. He gonna get my gap in the picture.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Young guy got that shit.
He got that shit. Look at him. Refund check, shawty. Refund check, big dog. Stop playing with him.
Oh, that was the good old days.
What?
I used to be.
Man, I ain't never seen a
dude.
refund check in my life.
Really?
Oh man, you got to get on Scottie, bro. You should have got on scholarship.
Ooh,
Mine was average Joe.
Mine was a good $5,000 a semester
Girl, you was pimping
She was-
the system.
for my entire college career.
That's insane. I had my little refund check, but we didn't. My family was just above the poverty line where we didn't qualify for no Pell grants.
No, facts.
So all I got was
I don't
I didn't
think
get
I
a
got a
refund
Pell
check
grant.
until I moved out the dorms into an apartment because they would just give you your room and board that
Right.
piece, and you got to be on your own. So you get a cheap apartment, go grocery shopping, and you in the dough. And that was my refund check.
Yeah.
And while my homies was out here going, they getting a refund plus Pell grant.
Facts.
They was getting like 8-9 racks a quarter. We was on quarter, so they would get their shit 3 times a year, not 2.
Was you
Oh,
an athlete?
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, them
They
athletes.
was-
Oh, yeah. Y'all
Racking
different.
them
No,
up.
well, I went to a mid-major school. Shout out Ohio University. We wasn't getting no illegal checks. We wasn't big enough. That was down the street
I
at
remember them
State.
days when you would see the football players pull up in Chargers. And like
Right.
just
Well,
it
you
was
from
just
What
like,
school? What school was this at?
Well, I know your mama.
UNL.
Oh, that's we were not at we were at a mid-major, not a major. Still
Townhouses.
still D1, but a mid-major they wasn't cutting us them.
Oh
They
man.
wasn't
So
handing them
smart.
checks.
Y'all was so smart. Y'all was so smart. Going to
I
these
got a
major
few.
universities.
I got a few good
D1
scholarships.
universities.
But then I left UNL and I went to UNL. Once I moved off campus, Lincoln it was dead. I couldn't do it.
Lincoln's a weird place.
Couldn't do it.
It's different.
It's a weird place.
Listen, don't get mad at the athletes. We just live by Ebony's code from Players Club. You got to use what you got
Hey.
to get what you
Get what
want.
you want.
Facts. I show finessed. I never moved off campus, and that's probably why I didn't see a refund. But I think I got one free refund. It was my freshman year. It was a couple dollars. I think I just went. I don't know. I bought some shoes. I don't know. That's all I really bought when I was in school. But yeah, ever since then, I was like, well, y'all enjoy your refund checks.
You went to UNL?
I walk around old money. No, I went to Lincoln University,
Oh, okay.
Missouri. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I went to a smaller HBCU.
That's what's
Super
up.
lit though. Super lit. Time of my life, y'all.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what it is now. I don't know the temperature now, but
They all weird. Hey, let's start this so we can get into it, man. This Streets A&R Podcast, man. It's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
And it's your girl CLB.
We got a special guest in the house, man. We got one of the hottest young niggas up and coming in the DJ game. Stop. He's shaking his head like
Yeah.
he blazing them up.
And I'm shaking my head because he the one.
Listen, we had motherfucking Slowdown turned the fuck up.
that was a wild night. That was a
Nigga.
wild night.
Did we tell we did. We're gonna have to retell the story of the pea popping contest.
Oh my god.
What?
But you ain't even know it. We'll get to it. But we got my guy, man. Not playing no games. Mr. Do everything artsy. He a mystery online because he don't like social media. But you just think the nigga's artsy. He got you food. You hear the voice. He smooth in a motherfucker. Beard is moisturized. Stop playing with my man. He fly because he got a bird in his name, nigga. We got the homie with us, man. Scottie Pigeon in the house, man. We got some claps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta hear him with that Nori clap. Yeah, that Drink Champs clap.
Oh, that's tight. That's tight. What's up,
man.
y'all?
Nothing, man. We glad you're here, man. Glad you can join us, man. This nigga be working, man.
Yeah, you do.
He be working. He do all kind of shit.
Yeah.
And before we get into all the stuff you do, I do want to ask. First of all, let's get into the story at the Slowdown. Let's start there.
Man.
So last year, 2023, I was, had my little in with the Slowdown. I was like, man, let us get a night to DJ. He said, what you want to do? I
College
want
World
to
Series too.
College World Series. So for those who don't know, CWS is one of the hottest tickets in sports white America. And it's a 2-week event. And let me tell y'all the politics of this 2-week event. The first week is huge. It's everybody coming from out of town. all the teams are here. A lot of shit going on. Big festival. It's festivals all week. All that type of stuff. The second week, teams are losing, so people are leaving. So everything's still open. Everything's still big. So this is the time where your local city comes out. Yeah. So the second week of College World Series is almost an Omaha where everybody in Omaha comes out, including our fellow Black people. So I knew this. So I said, hey, if we can get a DJ night, can we get the last night?
Right.
That's typically the night we come out. Back home in Tyler, Texas, the last Thursday of the state fair, of the East Texas Fair, we call it nigga night.
Oh, wow.
It is literally, and it'd be lit.
I'm not surprised by that.
Now, in Omaha on CWS, that last Saturday is popping. So we like, you know what? Let's go. Give us the night. Hit up my boy Scottie. Hey, bro, I'm gonna be at Slowdown. You trying to jump in? He said, "Hell,
man, hell yeah." He said, "Man, I think about like a twerk party." I said, "What?"
I can only imagine. Oh my
twerk
God.
party, College World Series.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was just like, well, we know we about to bring the city out.
Yeah, it's and I'm talking about that shit was percolating, like it was permeating before. Like literally, the word was like, hey man, we going to literally like y'all going to Twerk. Everybody sharing this shit.
Yeah,
was it pretty like a diverse crowd or was it like
that night was
maybe the first hour.
Because we had it's still CWS
enough for them to realize this ain't
it was enough.
Okay,
there's a couple of them that stayed and we'll get to that portion too. But it got I said and I kept telling hey y'all I might even say it on by 11 o'clock this shit finna shift.
Oh yeah.
And when I tell you it was a shift. Yeah. That shit packed out. We talking indoor, outdoor.
Oh, y'all was lit.
So, I'm playing, we getting in there, how we doing it, we got to say the hits. So I'm playing like the underground. People don't know this a fire song. You got some music head. The music head shit is early. Then I was like, hey, Shaq, go ahead. That nigga was already a little lit. That nigga got into a mix and was bow.
Man, I dropped that Waka Flocka. Clap.
Oh my God.
I said, man, I looked at the homies. I said, well, it's time.
Yeah, I said, it's time. I said, he was like, I said, go.
It sounded like I went from Slow Down to Spearmint Rhino.
Listen. We had that whole turned up.
Man, it was a good time.
It was a good time.
Until this man grabbed the mic and was like, all right. We need what you need. He said about let me get like 5-6 volunteers.
No, he really
come up to the stage.
Come up to the stage.
Oh man,
he turned into a promoter. Yeah, let's go.
I put it on the flyer. That's a whole nother second story. Yeah. But I put it on the flyer. I was like, yo, we gonna have a twerk competition. So we go song one, dropping them things. Man,
wait, before you go there, what was the prize?
Ain't no prize, bitch.
High five. It was a pat on the back.
It was still participants. This is crazy.
That's a whole nother part of the story because some girl tried to hold me. The winner did. Somebody.
You know why she won too.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell it. So the first song, literally, kid you not, we got a white dude up there. I told you some of that crowd was still there. White dude, white girl, maybe two. Then we was the rest of black chicks. Mm-hmm. Kid you not, the white girl hit a headstand, but honestly, a headstand, she put her legs straight in the air. Yeah. She was like,
and she popped right into it too. I said, look.
Oh my God. I can't. Oh man. I'm visualizing this entire thing.
That's not how the headstand in the strip club go, but you did do a headstand.
Man, I got the footage, and I'm gonna never lose that footage.
Yep.
Because she was so serious too. She fell out of it and started like pumping the ground. I said, I don't even know if she know where she at right now. I don't even know. And everybody around her was like, all right, eat it up there. I said, oh, man, y'all about to get this girl.
Meanwhile, it was a chick in was sequence dress.
Mm-hmm. We're going to call it that.
We're going to call it sequence. And she's dancing and twerking. She, twerking her butts to the stage. All of a sudden, I see everybody's eyes do this. And everybody kind of rush over there. And she turns my way. I said, oh, Lord.
Oh,
she
Lord.
ain't got no panties on. She ain't got no panties.
She's on the stage.
On the stage.
On the stage.
Popping that thing.
Doing everything. All the tricks.
I'm talking everything.
Like she just got off work.
Cat out.
And came over there.
Well, she had on sequins.
Clean shaven. Clean shaven.
She was ready.
Nice little ring. I seen the little bulb. She was ready for that.
She had that on her
And
calendar.
she definitely won.
Oh no, for sure. I feel like that twerk contest was probably the best marketing.
We didn't promise no money because we wasn't getting no money. That's a whole
No
other
cash
conversation.
prize. We just said
Oh
competition.
man,
Just saying.
So
that's fire though.
that
Y'all
was
about the
fire. It
business.
was a night. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you what happened with her. She came off stage. She pulled me like, "Hey, where my money at?" I said, "What money?" I said on the flyer. I said, "Mama, the flyer's on the screen the whole night. The actual flyer, we just got it on the screen, in motion." And she looked, she's like, "Well, the promoter said." I said, "There is no promoter. This is a slowdown event, and I'm the one that created it." I said, "Go get the promoter because I'm the one that created this, and this is slowdowns event. They do this every year. I just decided to do this as a DJ."
Oh damn.
Well, can you? I said, "Listen, you can go get some drinks on me. You just tell them to put it on my tab." That was it. And they ended up having to walk away. Like, y'all messed up. I'm like, I ain't messed up. We didn't promise you nothing.
Oh damn. Ain't
Talking
no
about a
telling what
promoter.
promoter that was.
No promoter. It wasn't. There's no promoter tonight, baby.
I'm gonna just call it a pimp.
Yeah. Well, go get him.
Go on there, shake that ass.
We'll go there, shake-
Yeah, but she
that money.
called his name. I ain't gonna put his name on blast. She called the name. I said, I know him. Go get him.
I already know after this goes off, I'm gonna remember to say this because I bet I know who it is.
I'm like, she was lying on him because they ain't. I'm like, no, that ain't happen. But yeah, man, that was a hell of. I'm talking packed. I'm talking. We probably had 1,200 indoor, outdoor.
Hey,
Man,
Going crazy.
Hey, the
beautiful.
streets is asking for a part 2.
I got a party for y'all.
What's up?
Yeah.
I got a party for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember Club Roxbury?
I wasn't here for it.
Damn,
I
it
remember
wasn't.
it.
Do you remember?
I wasn't outside.
Okay, let's just forget the club aspect of it. Y'all remember obviously Soulja Boy, Pretty Willie, T-Pain era, all the twerking joints, all this good shit. I think a party like that needs to
It's a
happen.
little basement party. That's basement music.
Listen,
music.
make sure that the heat is on 75 so everybody sweat.
But
no
think about
nobody
it like
pass
this.
out.
I like, okay, whatever. Whoever decided to drink during the times, if you was underage, whatever, that was on you. But when they was playing that in the club,
Man.
like you couldn't get alcohol, right? Those nights. So as adults, millennial adults,
Yeah.
if you play that music
Oh yeah.
and you add alcohol to that in a different setting,
Flashbacks.
dude.
That's a straight flashback. I
Listen.
talk about it all the time with my friends, man. Like we remember specific parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that we went to, if it was Big Mike Get Loose parties, SOD parties, I don't care what it was. We was in that thing. And man.
That was the era, bro. I wanted to do an art exhibit, no bullshit. I said I want to do an art exhibit where there's just a white wall in the exhibit and like this blue markings on the wall. Y'all know exactly what I mean.
It broke off on the white wall.
Right. And we would walk in and be like, I know what the fuck that is. Catch that twerk, young fella. Catch that motherfucking twerk on that wall.
So
Like,
many
I just want to do one
memories.
just like that, just an empty room, but then throw a party in there right after.
There was
Like,
so many
Stella.
mama's houses we was just in.
Man.
So many
Axe
mama's basements that we
and
was
must.
in. And they was upstairs just having a little drink. I'm like, oh,
That's how my mom was.
y'all cool as hell.
She let me have one party sophomore year. I kid you not, we counted 200 people that came in and out of our basement that night. Next morning, my dad found a gun and a bottle of cognac next to the AC outside.
It's not a wild combination for
Right.
for that time.
he was having a good time. He had to get it off on him, lay it down real quick. He was chilling. That's funny, man. Oh,
She said,
Lord.
Pretty Willie.
Good time.
Did I play some Pretty Willie during the slow
Probably.
section?
Oh,
Remember I
no.
slowed it down.
Oh,
I listened for a while. It's
wait.
crazy.
What a time. What a time. That shit still gets played in my car.
Man, Pretty Ricky was in his prime. Pleasure P.
All that.
Oh man.
Marion was going crazy. Bow Wow. We could just go on and on. And it was some hits too. They had
Hey, what was that song? My Story, that had the streets in a headlock. But no one, Sean something. But no one really
Jay Sean?
understands my story.
I know what you're
I
talking
know.
about.
Oh, shit.
And I don't remember who that
Look
was.
me in my eye and try to feel my pain. No.
I remember exactly what you're talking about. But I do
That
not
song
remember.
remind me of so many bases.
Oh my gosh.
Damn shame. We old. I'm sorry, listeners. We old
I don't
as
care.
not even that old, but we old according to the internet.
Better
man.
than
We
this
had
new shit.
Yeah,
y'all niggas want to jump around and
no,
fight each
they
other.
sampling this new stuff.
Yeah,
They
are.
don't know what to do with it.
Man, what?
The motion is off from.
Man, they sampled some Ashanti song. or somebody sampled her. I'm like, she's still out here doing her thing. Like, how you sampling artists that's still putting out music?
Listen,
Like,
ain't shit. If I'm the artist, I let it go too.
no, I'm
You
gonna let it
paying-
go. I'm gonna go ahead and get that
I
back.
want
but
75%, but go ahead.
Oh,
that just
Go ahead,
shows
man.
they've been watching us from day one.
Oh yeah, they know where the heat was at.
yeah, we still young. We
Yeah.
look younger than a lot of them. Shit.
Listen, because we not cracked out. Our generation sold it, and I did it. Now, calm down.
That's a fact. I know a few pushers.
Listen, it was cool to sell, not to do. Then it became cool to do, and they aging like milk.
It's bad.
I mean, it's all
It is a
good,
few
man.
expired people I know out here, but I'm
Thank you for our reminiscing down memory lane segment. People gonna be like, "Can y'all get to it?" I already know what the comments gonna be. Shut up. We kicking it. This is for our generation. Sorry, you got a bunch of music niggas up here.
facts.
So we kicking it, man. People who was outside.
Streets A&R.
Nigga, we was in the streets at this time.
Okay.
Fuck all that.
Real.
Damn, good
I wasn't
Yeah.
even pushing. I was pushing my cousin car.
Man, say that
My cousin, a
again.
little GT6.
My cousin had the 2-door pearl color Honda. Man, she was 3 years older than me. Did her thing. Just be careful.
Just put some gas back in.
Man,
Oh, my mom.
I'm 16. That I got
And
you.
I spent my last couple dollars too to put that shit.
We gonna make it. We
Hey.
ain't gonna do shit else. We gonna make it.
Facts.
You got me at the door? Yeah, we good. All right, we gonna make it.
Man, for real.
Man, well, Scottie, man, we definitely appreciate you being here, man. I got a question. First real question.
What's up?
The name. Where, why, how?
Scottie Pigeon?
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I have been going by Scottie Pigeon since college. I don't know, for some reason when I left, I wanted to just reinvent myself. I thought it was the perfect time to do it. But honestly, yeah, one day I was watching a Scottie Pippen highlight reel. And I was like, bruh, I hit I'm like, man, Scottie a smooth ass name, bruh. That's just smooth. I don't know, I just kind of sat with Scottie for a while. But I've been going by Shaq my entire life. My real name is Shakur, but it's been a tongue twister for everybody to say. And even my mom calls me Shaq. So it's just been Shaq forever. So I kind of just wanted to move on from that, either that or just start going by my real name. But anyway, I settled on Scottie, and then the Pigeon came along. My dad was a DJ back in the day, and they called him Pigeon. Because he was pigeon-toed and bow-legged, and it just magically came to me as well. So it just felt fitting that I just keep the pigeon going, and I put the two together, and I was like, well, Scottie Pigeon. I ended up changing it to my Instagram name, and like it just rang. People started calling me by it. Some people only know me as Scottie, which is like cool, hey, But yeah, that's kind of how it came about, and like a lot of people just willingly shared their feedback, like, oh man, I like that. I was like, thank you. I ain't really asked you, but tight, it was cool, and I think the more I kind of good feedback that I got from it, I just kept it, and yeah, so when I became a DJ, I was like, I'm not about to reinvent again.
Right.
I was about to go by
Just
Scottie
rock with
Pigeon.
it.
Yeah. So, and I left the DJ off
On purpose?
on purpose. I just didn't want to be boxed by the DJ.
Yep.
So
You know
that
what I'm saying? As a nigga that do so much shit, it's just
great
like,
branding.
Yeah, I did the same thing, bro. Like
saying.
that's why people like DJ. I'm like, don't. First of all, you're gonna make my name longer than what it already is, motherfucker. But just
Yeah.
get jiggy with it. Like K Tronada. Nobody says DJ K Tronada.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Facts.
jiggy with it. It is what it is. And I got a random question, Omaha question. Have you had any confusion with Scottie Pippen?
Scottie Pippen, yeah. I've gotten a few calls like, we over here at whatever spot. Where you at? I'm like, I'm at the crib. What you talking about? Well, it said it was Scottie something on it. I'm like, yeah, you ain't read the flyer. But yeah, I've definitely got confused.
you up there at the get down.
The
I'm
get
not
down.
at the get down.
That's
Oh
where
my
dog be at. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Scottie Pippen,
Yeah,
man.
that's the homie though.
And I met him too, and I was like, man, we got to figure something out.
Y'all gotta just do something.
gotta
That's just
do
branding.
something.
I don't even know why. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
figure. Just do
We
something.
gonna call it
Pigeon
the-
meets Pippin.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the Scots.
Beam me up, Scottie.
The Scotties.
That's what we call
Right.
that part. Beam me up,
Yeah,
Scottie.
yeah, but yeah, I've definitely got confused with him a couple times, but I think I don't know. Not that I typically use both names to both words together, but sometimes I just emphasize pigeon. You know, just so people always know, like pigeon. You know, it's just a thing.
I think the name suits you.
Yeah.
I think it's dope. I remember
Thank
one
you.
day I was like, I think this is when you were DJing at the Green Room.
Mhm.
I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, yeah, I'm about to go out with my sis. We about to go to DJ room, Scottie Pigeon and spin. And he was like, what? I was like, he's a DJ. He was like, that shit is tight. He was like, I ain't never heard nothing like that.
Thank you.
And
man.
him being a basketball fan, I automatically thought he was going to associate it with
Right.
Scottie
Yeah,
Pippen, but no, like, he
Yeah.
didn't say nothing at all.
I think it's the pigeon. When people be like, pigeon? Is it pigeon? I'm like, yeah, it's pigeon. And I think from that point, it usually sticks with people.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, why pigeon? Why this bird? But it was just inherited.
I think it's funny because a lot of the DJs here, everybody got unique names. So like,
Yeah.
when I tell people like, yeah, I'm going to go see Crabber and Gucci, they be like, that shit hard.
Man, super hard. And she got little name tags there. And I was like, oh, that's fire.
Yeah,
I was definitely thrown off first time I was like, crab rang. I had to like piece it together. Crab rang Gucci.
I got it because once I'm like, oh, that shit
Yeah.
fly.
Shout
I
out
got
to
it.
Shalise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's really cool.
Yeah, man.
So it
And
makes sense.
And it's funny, Scott, you said you do a lot of things and didn't want to get tied into DJ. So what other, especially when it comes to the arts and expression, what other things are you into for the people to know?
Yeah, man. I would say my primary medium is dance and performative art.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, I tell people all the time, if I could dance for the rest of my life and get paid the right amount, I would. I'd drop a lot of this stuff and go be on stage. It was just something that I fell in love with when I started to get my formal training in college. But you know, niggas been dancing their whole life. But
Was that a major?
no,
yeah.
we didn't have a dance major at my university, but we had
wow.
we had an established dance company.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where I met my artistic director, Miss Teresa Ferguson, who literally taught me everything that I know, to where I'm teaching students now the same thing. So, you know, that experience was important for me. So I wanted to make sure I stayed in the dance realm. So I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, I'm an instructor. And that's my primary medium right now, or at least my primary like secondary. Dance and DJing is kind of like hand in hand right now.
And for the people who, when you say dance, you know, like what style, what's your practice, which one, where were you at?
I was, a lot of my technique came, well, naturally I'm a jazz dancer. That's the way like naturally my body moves and like how I feel music. But I've been trained in ballet, modern, jazz. I've had a few West African teachers, so I've gotten some real earthy movement as far as African dance. But yeah, those are my primary mediums right now. At the studio that I'm a co-lead instructor at, I teach ballet, so that's been like where I've been settling into. But as a dancer, I'm a part of a temporary dance collective called TBD.
Okay, sweet. So like being a multifaceted creative and talent, do you feel like dance aids DJing sometime or vice versa, or do you feel like it's a complete split between the two?
I've always felt like it was a split between the two, just because like my actions are different in doing them. But dance made me a much better like musician. I feel like dance allowed me to like learn how to count, count music and really read music, know when the bridge coming in. So when it came time to like when I started DJing, like counts was easy for me. I mean, I knew what how many bars it was for the verse coming into the chorus, when the breakdown was coming in. You know what I mean? Like that just made sense for me. So when it started blending, it's just like, all right, I know when to do this.
Yeah.
So I think like the musicality of it is where those two really thread. Okay. But in my opinion, they're solar differences in my realm. But that's exactly what I've been experimenting with. Finding ways to where like sound and movement come together and create some level of emotion, you know.
Yeah, it's funny that you say they're separate. I find them very similar because when I get in the zone, it's like being in any zone, whether it's when everything slows down, you start can feel your breath, and you in the zone DJing.
Oh man!
Especially when there's movement and party, like you find the tracks that are gonna make, and then like they magically happen. It'd be a track you forgot about, like and you were like, yo, this sound for some reason this feel like it'll fit. And then be the right BPM, you be like, "What the fuck? Wow, what just happened?" Yeah, like you know I'm not lying. Like when you get in a zone, and it's about I'm finna make we in the zone. You start moving, and you start to feel the connection of the music and the effect it has on the people. So that's why, like for a lot, you know, with the style of music that's popular now, it does seem separate because it's a lot of disruptive music. It's not harmonious in almost any facet. But when you get into certain grooves, certain BPMs, there's certain magical BPMs, like
in that way they deserve to be together. Yeah, you know, like my job, even as a DJ, is to make you dance. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely right on track, and like definitely something we've gotten away from here recently, as far as like going out to dance. You know, first, you know, not just go listen to some music. Don't, you know,
not
listen
to be on
a
the
DJ.
phone.
Yeah, like you want to go out to dance, and like that's why I kind of got into it. I mean, you know, that was part of my understanding of DJing.
That's what when we opened up the segment where we were talking about our experience being out, but it was about dancing and moving with people. Like you could go out and dance with people and not have no other communication.
Right.
I literally had in college a dance partner, like we was in fucking Save the Last Dance, like it was a movie. And people would stop and watch us dance, like we choreographed some shit. I promise you, it wasn't even like, bro, we had looked like we was on routine, and then we just walk away, and we had no dealings.
Like I feel like even if you went to a house party or like a club, right? Like okay, we small city or wherever you from, you always had that one person that you know. Well, a certain song came on, and it was like, oh, I already know they in the building. We already locked in for this next 3-4 minutes. Like,
we're gonna do the whole song.
Exactly.
Talk about stop it. No, for real. Definitely, I've had that experience a couple of times. I walk in the party and it's just like, all right, yep, 1, 2. Get it lined, but I'm gonna break all y'all. No,
right?
No, for real. That's how I be.
Yeah.
I cannot stand
Hey, for real.
But it's something y'all just touched on. It's something y'all touched on that was like super intriguing to me, because anytime I've like witnessed a DJ spin, I've always wondered, and I guess it depends on your level of expertise, but like I've always wondered, like, is the mind focused on, all right, what track is gonna come next while being disassociated from the crowd? Or like at what point does both start to work together where you're just in this flow with your entire environment?
You want to answer first, or you want me to?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a very tough thing to do, like being able to. You DJs know we want to stay at least 2-3 songs ahead. Yeah, you know, to stay that far ahead on where you are and be able to look up, observe the crowd, who's there. What are they vibing with? What did I just play? What was they vibing with? All right, where can I go? You know what I mean? So it is a constant think of like how to do that. It's kind of like swimming, or like competitive swimming. You know what I mean? It's like you got to come up for air, but you still working under. You know, you're still working underground to get. You know what I mean, to this point. But yeah, it's definitely a science. I feel like you know that to do that successfully. Like I can tell you, I've probably gotten to the point now where I feel comfortable being able to be like, I'll just go in there and read the room. You know what I mean? Instead of doing a scout report, like, hey man, like who, you know, what's the crowd like? What, you know, who usually be in here? Nowadays it's just like, let me just walk in here and see what's cracking, what's already playing in here, what's you know, what's going on, and that you know, now I just accept the challenge of how can I, you know, I want to make this group over here lose their shit? What can I play to make them lose their shit and keep them there for 5 minutes and 10 minutes, you know?
I'm about to learn from y'all because when I debut as Thunder
Oh
C,
shit!
I'm just saying,
DJ.
I'm saying lights and everything.
Listen, it's kind of it's along the lines of what Scottie's saying, but there are days and gigs where I'm like, nigga, this is about me as an artist. So I take DJ as an artistry, right? So as an artist, a lot of it is about your expression of self. So there's some days and certain gigs you like, you know what, today I'm going in to do me. I don't actually give a fuck about what y'all got going on. Now, those are not the party gigs, of course.
Right.
But those are some are the gigs where there's a niche market and you know you can be in that bag. Like one example at Brooklyn's exhibit, at her exhibit, right? She was like, I'm like, what vibe you want? Well, you know, I'm going for all right, cool. Let me. And everybody was in there rock because I know what that. You want this vibe, this kind of 90s, but you want a neo soul, borderline sensual, real black ass shit
that meets her aesthetic.
That met the aesthetic, right? So
that's
I did
all
that.
we need most times.
Yeah, like what?
Give us something to. All right, bet.
It has to match the mode. Like I've done, you know, and I actually got one coming. I'm doing I'm gonna do what's it called? Shit, it's gonna be R&B, neo soul style, The Quiet Storm, because that's what we used to do on the radio. So
I love
I got one coming up. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna get the flyer out probably in a couple of days, but I'm gonna do a Quiet Storm. So, but with that, you know, I get some of the pop shit off, but I get to get into some of my, you know, my shit. Like I'm gonna throw on Bilal Soul Sister, like and. So I get to play with the vibe and to kind of curate the crowd that way to where this segment is this style, this segment is the pop shit, this segment is the sped up R&B, this segment is the deep sensual shit that I'm trying to get you laid when you leave here shit that niggas don't do no more. Niggas do. Y'all remember when it used to be the last 30 minutes was reserved for all slow music? Like we trying to fuck, we trying to go.
Facts. Now is the time.
Bust some cheeks, like Jesus.
Thank you, screen.
Right.
No, for real shit, and I think we need to get back to that. Or I mean, obviously in the right setting, like. But that last little 30 minutes, go ahead. Hey, y'all been looking at each other from across the room,
and you remember when they used to call? It's been a couple of days. They'll call you, "Hey, Playboy, you with the red? I seen y'all fucking with each other all day." Yeah. Sometimes you got to throw the assist when you know it's there, nigga. Don't mess it up. Don't mess up
the groove. Like.
You know she got to make chill out, nigga.
But hey, you know the ones walking through the club still squinting, trying to act like the lights in their eye because they can't find nobody.
Hey man,
ain't nobody letting them break them off, so they just kind of like, where they at?
They held up the brick wall.
We need the environment when you walk by. I can rub your lower back and get a feel for how you feeling me or not. I need to know, like,
this old school.
Listen.
The lights come on.
Right.
No, you got to just. Oh yeah, okay. She fucking with. Let's go.
Talking about excuse me, you ain't going nowhere.
But see, they don't know. They be grabbing
risk,
they
high reward.
You gotta already have scouting, but you should have been doing your scouting, Scottie. You know, you should have been.
Right.
If y'all ain't had 3 eye connections that night,
it's true.
We had 3 eye connections that night. Real ones don't do that.
Yeah, you wouldn't make that move if you, if you was hesitant on what the outcome would be.
No.
If I'm making my move, I'm committed.
Yeah,
Shorty, I done liked every picture of yours on the gram.
I'm talking about the time is now.
It's got to be now. You better deny me. You better let me down hard.
Yeah, man. Honestly, see, it is very difficult to DJing in its art form and its science can be difficult. This is why, like, he's done weddings. The wedding game is some of the most difficult shit. I said you have to play music for a 70-year-old and a 7-year-old. And you got to figure it out. And it's based on who's in the room, what type of people they are. Man. If they gave you a robust enough kind of lead sheet on what you should and shouldn't play. Like I've done a country wedding before. Yeah. And I almost messed it up. Those are different. Because if you don't regularly listen, like you like it's country, but is this not their party country? It's no different than hip hop. It's no. So, but I had her dad came up and she's like, hey. She didn't give you no. He was drunk. He was like, "Play this. I'm going to buy shit." Boom. Had to find a getaway to get him rocking. Yeah. Where they gave me a nice hefty tip on top of my shit.
All that
I had
matters.
to get him rocking. Yeah. No, so you got to do what you got to do. But it's a skill, but it's a blessing because it requires you to be prepared, but also be present.
Right.
Yeah. It's very difficult, man. And like also being a host too. You know, like. unless they have a host, like, you know, you're there doing those introductions. You're there, you know, trying to get the crowd hype. You're there, you know, giving people's instructions to go and get your food. You know what I mean? So it's like, probably nothing that you probably wouldn't be do, but you're doing it in a tux. People are paying you a lot of money now. This is their big day. You know, I think a lot of DJs don't like it. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah. You know, you only get, well, some people only get married once, but
in America we get married twice. 50% divorce rate.
Only in America.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, honestly, I've seen success in it, and like I've watched a few DJs do it that are good at it, and it's just like, okay. It's one of those things you got to practice, you know, because the more you do them, the more comfortable you'll get, and the more you'll be able to handle their situation, you know, like, you know what songs to play because you've done enough weddings that it's like, oh, this is a hit.
Even prepping, like, you know what questions to ask. Yeah. You know, literally, you got first dance, mom, daughter dance, this dance, you got this, you got bouquet toss, you got garter toss, you got this. Right. A lot of people be like, I don't know, so you don't even have so even if they don't give you some songs, you know which ones, based on that crowd, what to play. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to give me
a wedding banger off the top of your head.
It depends on
get married, jagged.
Well, black folks, yeah, of course.
Black folks for sure.
Hey, Garner Toss. Hold on. Garner Toss, Lotus Flower Bomb by Miguel and Wale. Yeah. When it's time for the Garner, he got to go get it. Yeah. That is, and of course you got single ladies to get the girls out there. Like there's certain tracks you just know.
There's songs that really, really match wedding vibes, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I got to a point. I think it was Reception that just started or something like that. I was like, oh man, everybody's still sitting down. Mind you, it was a white and Persian wedding, and I was like, what? You know,
I got some Bollywood.
Hey,
right.
But the thing is, I didn't beforehand, and they got me right. I mean, the groom sent me a playlist because he was the Persian one.
Okay,
and then his wife was just, you know, this white woman girl from West Omaha, you know, and I was like, I'm very interested in how y'all met, but whatever, come on, let's do this, right? So I'm playing AC/DC, you know, for this family over here, Tim McGraw, whatever, but I'm playing music that I don't even know
what they say.
I don't even know if this is like they burner, you know what I mean? But I was like, I had to meet them somewhere in between, and I think Bruno Mars. 24 Karat Magic. That's
the one.
Nebraska loves that song. It don't matter where you are at. Put your pinky fingers to the moon, and they go.
Man,
no, it was a really good.
They get grooving.
That saved me. They saved me. But you know, DJing in Omaha and completely different bars and lounges, from white lounges to the hood booger spot to the in between, you know, melting pot spot. It's like, you know, I've learned just what style of music the general crowd loves, you know what I mean? Like that early 2000s hip hop, you know, that, you know, 50 Cent, Kanye West era, like they eat it up. And that's always, I tell a lot of the homies, or even just the little homies, like, bro, that could be your little ace in the hole, is, you know what I mean, this little pocket of music for you to at least transition back into wherever you need to. Yeah. Sometimes we gotta drop that little ace in the hole so we can catch our breather.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get some water, wipe the sweat off.
Like, yo, I'm fucking this show up.
Yeah, like, man, I'm not doing too well.
But have you had a time, like a true time, where you bombed? And I'm gonna give you one of mine where I bombed. It was my second time at Slow Down doing New Year's Eve. Oh, I had like I had an early set, and one of the reasons why I feel like I bombed is I had my whole set scripted out. And so I'm like, I'm gonna play this. I think I had something. I think Nipsey had just passed away. I had something for Nipsey. This was not the time. So I'm thinking I'm finna do some cool shit. Going to this bag. I'm talking about.
They're looking at you like.
Stale. And I'm like, so I'm sweating. Like you feel that energy. You can feel that tension. Like they are not fucking with nothing I got going on. So I had to try to get out of there, scramble. I was looking at angle. I was looking at the clock.
I was gonna say, how long were you in that?
It's an hour. I think I said it'd be an hour, 15, hour 30, and then probably about 30 minute mark. I was like, I gotta get out. I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
To the point where the next year I knew I came in that bitch. Okay, I know they gonna play after me. They playing after me. Not to hit the big songs. That's DJ etiquette. What can I do? Oh, not hitting big songs? That's my motherfucking bag. That is my genre. Right. The underground cuts that's just
Talking about, all right,
I
bet.
need your energy, big crit. We going into some random nigga shit. And they're like, yo, this shit rocking.
Yeah.
And they was like, you had them going like from the minute they opened. I was the opener. They had them dancing all the time. So you learn from that.
To where when the big dog come in, it's like, oh man, I could just
Like,
hit
what?
you with all these hits.
Yeah, you hit the hits.
Back to back. You
But
know,
yeah,
but that
Tommy
is very
Bond.
underrated, or like the openers are very underrated. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The etiquette of it is not discussed enough in what you're supposed to do as an opener, especially when we're talking DJing. Because an opener for another artist, MC, or singer, you're singing your songs.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you still should have elements into opening, but
yeah,
DJing, you're playing songs, and you got to try not to play. If you want to work in this town again, if you want to work with this DJ again, not to step on their feet.
yeah.
So it's just a different thing.
You know, I kind of feel I feel both sides of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I know if I was the closer, and like, and you already hit all the sexy red songs, you didn't hit all the, you know what I'm saying? That's currently the hottest songs like right now.
Right.
You know, it's just like, yeah, now
You tried to
I
burn
see that.
me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there is so much music out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much music gets released every year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I feel like if I hit, you know what I'm saying, 2 or 3 super bangers just because that was the vibe and I got shorty twerking on the table right now, I'm about to drop that mug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And have you lose your mind. Not to say you can't play this song again in an hour and a half. But I definitely feel like even as openers, like, yeah, we be holding back. But I feel like we ain't gotta hold back. Because most times when I've walked into a spot early on time before, and you know, it's real light, but the DJ just rocking, and I'm just like, damn, bro, we ain't showing Buddy no love. Like, ain't nobody rock.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm that guy that be go up there like, I gotta come
Yeah,
back to you,
yeah,
my
yeah.
nigga, because you in that bag. Like, hey. But I definitely just feel like there's enough music out here that like DJs don't feel like you gotta hold back all the time. Really get your shit off and lay your life and
But you better have your style.
no, have your style and put that pressure on. I mean, on the closer, like have the closer truly be who he is
Yeah.
and do what he do.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
and in the same, but don't step on every last song you know in God's green earth. You can step like because they
Don't
know
hit your
they,
party rockers.
Yeah, they know. You can feel when somebody trying to show you up. Like,
Yeah.
and most of the real DJs, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, this what we doing, nigga. Do you know who I am?" Now, because you gonna if you like you said, if you who you are, you gonna be able to adjust.
Yeah.
I don't never double back a song unless it's like, you know, random little events. And they be like, "Can you please play this again?" Sure. Sure. I can play Ayo Teo for your son again for the
Ayo
third
Teo.
time.
Rolly, that French.
I will say this, and I said this to Eric. I think this was either on air or off air last week. But I would love, this is for both of y'all, I would love to see y'all pre-concert shows. Like,
House, basically the house. Pre and house between the
'cause
sets.
it's not,
It's
it's
different.
not it.
They just put on whatever
I don't know
they put on a
who.
station and they
Yeah.
just let it rock.
This
Yeah.
ain't got nothing to do with you.
We should
Because I
just
don't know who.
We should submit pre-recorded mixes just for the.
We should be live and get paid and do our thing.
Facts.
Yeah.
Please.
And we don't got to be on stage. Like I was telling, like I don't got to be on stage. Let me be right by the sound, man. Oh, they done what they done what they said. Because you also know what show you at, the crowd. Like and I told her I've actually asked a venue about that, and they was like, nah, we ain't. All right, bet.
All right. Well, y'all gonna be playing Sweet Caroline.
That's always one of the ending songs too at the weddings. It's
Oh,
the ending.
God.
Any
gotta have that
event, just
song.
throw that stupid.
But
Not
yeah,
stupid.
that's definitely where you lose the black folk though, for sure. Like we just like, all right, well, the music is
Well, yeah.
you know, whatever. But I don't know. I think that's also a thing that we have that's like, if y'all ain't playing our shit, then we ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's also one of those things where like we gotta diversify our ears. Even to those underground cuts where you just like you can't deny how good this song is. You know what I mean? But you gonna talk shit because it ain't something that you're familiar with. You know?
No facts.
And that's the business that like obviously we're into.
Yeah.
And like and everybody, I mean, I feel like everybody has their own style of music, but also like you gotta know, I want people to know if you coming out to see me DJ, like be prepared for me to drop some shit in your head that you've never heard. It's almost like I believe in that what's that 70-30, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play 70% of the songs that I know that y'all want to hear, but 30% of these songs is about to be shit that I know that I fuck with, that like
it's just great music.
Yeah,
There's certain songs when I'm in a certain BPM, I play every single set to the point I probably done popped them where other DJs have taken the songs. I'm like, could they be like, because people with ears for music like, no, that shit, if it's rocking, it's rocking.
Right.
And we do that, it's vice versa. It's an exchange. Like, no, that shit hot.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all now, I am a Shazamming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's nigga, I will be in the
your
club. I need it. And I'm gonna tell everybody, I need this. You know what this is? Man, I don't care. That's we have to. I don't know. I gotta stay on top of music somehow, some way. And especially if I don't listen, I don't listen to a lot of this like new hip hop and new rap. Like I just, it ain't registered for me. But like some of the stuff, the beat be so hard. I said, bro, I don't know what this nigga's saying, but this beat's stupid. You know what I mean? And now it's like, but that'll be the stuff that I'll play. I'll either like drop an instrumental on their head, or you know what I'm saying, or just come in where the song is hot. But that's been my way of collecting music. Thank you, Shazam.
Right.
I need a sponsorship.
I'd have said that.
You better hit up their partnership department. I'm pretty
we
sure
about
they
to.
got something for you.
That's gonna be an Omaha thing.
Y'all just need to give me a picture doing this in the club. And me going back to the lab and mixing it up and rocking the same party.
Listen,
Look at that.
content creation is a thing. It ain't hard.
I know, y'all. I don't know why it's so hard for me too. I can't do it.
It's cool to have that. It's cool to be like that. Like the producer Madlib. That nigga don't even have a cell phone.
I believe.
No, I'm dead serious. He communicates through email if you gotta reach him.
Yeah.
And he got a house phone. So if of course, when he ain't at the house, you can't call.
I think that's beautiful. I would love to go back to that.
He's a ghost. But everybody love him. They like, no, if you know him, like,
you know him.
It's cool. Like I say, legend. But the qualities speak so highly, and we don't need you accessible all the time.
True.
Right.
So you also know if he fucking with you, he mess with you, he really genuinely mess with you.
Right.
So it's all good.
Yeah, I still believe in that, man. I definitely still believe in like life outside of the character, outside of the personality, outside of the image or the brand or whatever it is. I don't know. That's what's been important for me as an what's that? What's it? An extroverted introvert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up an only child for a long time. For 16 years, me and my little brother are 16 years apart. And it's like, it was like having my own. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I got a little brother, but I'm already out the door. I'm thinking about college. I'm thinking about other stuff. You know what I mean? And like, becoming a DJ. It was just like, man, I was almost scared of just how like social I needed to be or how vocal I needed to be when I knew it just wasn't my character. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a cool dude, you know what I mean? Like, I can survive socially, but like, I don't, my meter runs out fast, you know, but DJing, it's like, no, like I've seen so many guys that's just wired like, whoa, okay, I can see why you're a DJ. I can see why you're successful at this because you do all of that. And I know that ain't me. So it's just like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I either gotta be dope as hell, you know what I'm saying, to the point where I don't have to talk. You know what I mean? But like we were talking about earlier, like even doing wedding DJs, you have to step in and find that voice for your own, whether it's just super lax or it's just super, or you just bubbly. Or
I tell jokes
all the time. Yeah,
Lord have mercy.
Whatever it is for you,
like the jokes.
It's a part of it. Yeah, it's got to be a part of it.
I love that.
Yeah, man. What's one of, whether in music or outside of music, your goals that you are trying to achieve in this? Like it's, a lot of things are cool and a lot of things are hobbies, but you do the music a lot. Like you said, you love to dance. Like, what are you is there anything that you're trying to strive for or achieve in any of these realms? Man, in particular?
Honestly, I be daydreaming. I'm a daydreaming ass nigga. So I have a lot of different goals and like things that I just want to see for myself and my lifestyle and whatever. But definitely on a DJ tip. I don't know why I feel entitled to, but like I want to just be able to expand everyone's appreciation for music. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm a pure hip hop head. You know, my dad was a DJ, and like he was one that put me on all of just the golden era hip hop, and that's in my soul. And it's like, all right, I can't push this hip hop on you guys, but if I could find that pocket of people who do appreciate this and like be able to provide these spaces in well curated environments for the music listeners, and let that be the place where we share music, because I know that you guys are here to experience that, and then just take it to the big stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd love to still throw a party and everybody dance. You know what I mean? Like, first event I went to that maybe put my cell phone away, I think it was like a Kevin Hart concert, and it was so weird for me because I was like, damn, they really make me lock up my phone. But it was still such an enjoyable experience. You know, that's like, why don't we do this from parties? You know what I mean? Right. Why do people not feel comfortable enough to like just still go out and enjoy an environment, whether you're dancing or you're just like talking to your friends or just socializing? Like, I want to just bring back that environment of just I don't know, a true social gathering. So yeah, with DJing, I really just want to expand the music community. You know, like, I feel like I've always had great taste in music. I always loved music, and I started DJing because I felt like it was the best way for me to like my thanks back to music. Yeah, you know what I mean? I want to do. I didn't want to rap. I didn't want to be a super producer or nothing like that. But it was just like, yo, I felt like if I could manipulate music the right way to strengthen a community, fuck yeah, let's do it.
I love that.
You know what I mean? But
well, you doing it
on a dance tip, yeah, thank you. On a dance tip, it's really just providing the experience that I got, or trying to introduce dance in a way that that people can like grab hold onto. Like right now, right now our focus is like, you know, inner city kids that wouldn't have the resources or just the reach to get this level of dance training. You know what I mean? Like, you can't afford that shit. You know, you can't send your kid out west either, because now they're not comfortable. You know what I mean? And like, now you're just, it's too forced. So like, it's been dope being in a space where, you know, you have two lead black male dancers, you know, leading the studio, and it's like, yeah, this is diversity at its finest. Right. But also like, we're serious as hell. We've done this at a high level, and like, we just want you to experience the same thing, you know, and like find whatever it is for you that you love about dance and why you're here. That's what we're here to expose you to, you know. So like, now I'm finding ways to blend those two and kind of share a bigger fucking story, or tell a bigger story. Yes, sir. So be on the lookout for that. I got some I'm cooking with fire right now.
Love it.
I'm not a chef. I need to read this Questlove, but we're cooking with fire right now.
Hey, random story. You know, I was in college. I was almost in the senior dance piece.
I don't know why you wasn't.
I took a class, Intro to Ballet, Modern, and Jazz.
Fuck that shit.
And I ain't gonna lie, brother, my switch kick was something mean than a motherfucker.
You were an athlete.
Listen, was an athlete. Was an athlete. My fat ass.
You probably.
I was an athlete, but it was funny. So like the lady that taught our class, she was the one doing the recruiting, and she really was like, no, I want to put you and maybe my roommate, because he took the class with me. But it's like, no, like, you really, like, I said, I love dance. Like, dance is cool. So she was like, then I got literally, like, the game before they were going to do like a rehearsal, I got injured in the game. I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, I was like, damn, I ain't gonna be able to dance with my partner. That's what I thought about. I was like,
you felt bad.
Like, yo, damn, they gotta redo. We was finna do a routine. Like, she finna redo the whole routine. Like, this crazy. But that shit would have been fun. Like, I'm like, you know, just random shit, man.
I've worked with so many athletes, and like, you know, whether it's just like a stretching class or just like, but I tell them, I was like, you know, as an ex-athlete, like, I love like working out and like working hard, and like, you know, so when I became a dance student, it was so much easier for me to like throw my body around or like try different things, you know, because the more you get comfortable with it, the more you'll loosen your body. You know what I'm saying? When you see a big, strong athlete, nigga, dance, it's just like, man, relax, loosen up a little bit. You're going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? But so same situation. Once you get, you know, some athletes in the room, and you like slow everything down and be like, this is what it is. Or stretching, for example, it's just like, you know, you do this because you should feel this here. This is why you stretch that, you know what I mean? And like, especially for like flexibility. But I've seen so many athletes go dance, or athletes that train in dance that make them better athletes, you know.
There's a pro boxer right now, Richard Torres. He's in college, but he's in the dance academy. So he does, I want to say ballet. So he trains ballet and was in there like college like recital. Like, wow. So you got this 6'3" swole ass curly haired nigga just like they like I'll be with Richard.
Yeah. Everybody thought I danced for the girls. They was like, man, I know you dancing. I know you in there doing it. I'm like, man.
It's a perk.
I am a dancing, but it's definitely a perk.
It's a perk. Now, I'm not dancing for them. But
it
comes.
Yeah, it does come with perks.
Come with the contract.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Comes with attention. I think that's all it is. That's it. But no, super grateful that I've been able to like experience both worlds, and with all the other stuff that I do, those two things for sure has exposed me to like more purpose than I had ever been exposed to. Like purpose is hard to find, you know what I mean? Like, or what you feel like your purpose is. But the more you do something, or like, for example, the more I've been able to be in the dance realm and like be resourceful now in the dance realm, it's just like, oh, that kind of make me feel good inside. I kind of want to keep doing that. And same with DJing. When people come up and show you love and like throw money, like, no, you that one, man, that's like, I'm that nigga. Thanks for confirming that. You know what I mean? Like, that does make me feel good. I tweeted today, I was talking to a friend, and he was like, "Dawg, man, any girl ever asked you to take the little love language test?" And I was like, man, come on. Yeah, dog. He was like, man, what's yours? I was like, honestly, I forgot. But like, as I've gotten older, now that I reflect on it, I feel like words of affirmation is like huge for me. Like, I'm an encouraging nigga. I'm just, it's just how I am. I need everybody around me to eat. You feel me? So I'm super encouraging, but also like, I know that I feed off that too. I need to know that I'm doing a good job. Like, yeah, I could be that guy. It's just like, no, I know I'm where I need to be and I'm straight. But like, those affirmations really change the temperature in the room that we working in. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't know what the fuck I was going with that, but like purpose and like
you went where you were supposed to go.
Yeah, exactly. I felt that. That was a moment of clarity for me. Like, damn, affirmation is huge for me. Whoa, what is his purpose? You know what I mean? Like, we ask ourselves those questions, but we don't really get a lot of advice on how to find them and best practices to like better digest the things that we be going through or we experience or like in our profession. Like, a lot of people just do their jobs and their things just because that's what it is. But I've been blessed to have the opportunity to like do everything that I fucking love to do. Like there's no better place for me to be. I am doing exactly what I love to do, and the best part is I can control the frequency of that. Even outside of my actual job that I love as well. Like, I don't know. 2 years ago, I wasn't in this place, So, but now it's been amazing, and I've been like hinting more and more at like, or finding more and more of what this purpose is, because like once it furthers the story, Here recently, I've been like applying for a bunch of like residencies and fellowships and things like that, and it's just like hold on, when I got to reflecting, like, no, my experience is there. I mean, the only thing that's maybe standing in between this is how I can convey my story. Yeah. Right. Why it's important for me to be in this kind of space.
Why me? And a lot of other people have a little more training in that as we're just getting the experiences, but no, it's gonna come.
Absolutely.
It's definitely coming, bro.
Yeah. I feel it. My fucking hands been itching.
You said before, like, you've created your own frequency, and with that, you're giving back to the people. So it's just like, don't even fall in the realm of imposter syndrome, because you're exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
And with music and with frequencies, when people come in to dance or people hear y'all do what y'all do, y'all don't know what type of day they had. You know what I mean? But that small amount of time might have been enough for them to get their mind off of whatever they just left or was dealing with for the day. Yeah. And would set the tone for the rest of their weekend. You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely. That's true. That is very true. And like, I feel, and we do have that power. Like, DJing is very trendy right now.
Playing music is very trendy because niggas are not jockeying the disc.
Yeah, absolutely,
but
right.
That's a different fight. But it's very trendy. I'm a DJ. But just because you can play the top 50s, don't make you good at your job. And people appreciate people paying attention.
Yeah,
it's very hard to explain, but being in a booth and you find a crowd like you said, I want to get that one.
Yeah.
And you see them, and then they start turning around, smile at you like,
Yep.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the feeling. Sometimes it's better than, who cares if the rest of the folks just knowing, just seeing somebody and watching, because one thing we're gonna do is people watch. We have to gauge it, but to come in and to see a situation where you know it's not the best, even if you being funny, like you see somebody arguing with they boo and you play some bullshit, and they'll look at you like, but I got you though, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that nigga, yeah, I got you. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's those things. So you're communicating, you're talking to them, and it's just appreciative. You know, we always want to feel seen anyways.
Right.
And as a DJ, sometimes we get to do that in a unique way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all the time, but sometimes we get those moments to really just, I see you. I'm glad you came here.
Yeah.
Make your day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's rock out, you know, and go from there.
That's amazing.
I love that.
It was very hard for me though at first. Like when I committed to like this DJ stuff, I was like, man, me being a natural student, I was like, you know, let me just go out and listen to some DJs, you know, and just like, let me just go out. I don't know, for some reason I really wasn't out. When I did go out, I feel like I wasn't paying attention to the right things or something, you know. But once I kind of got in that DJ frame of mind, I went out and was just like, man, this shit weak. I was so disappointed, and I was like, man. Like,
and when you say weak, what do you mean?
I mean,
because I know what you
You
mean.
see my face.
I know what you mean.
You ain't wrong.
yeah, I mean, for me, I just felt like, you know, there wasn't. Like I ain't gonna say they weren't reading the crowd, but they weren't reading the crowd. They weren't mixing. You know, it was just cringy moments, you know, whether it's like either your speakers is too loud and you're not even like listening or paying attention to those kind of things, just redlining.
Train wrecking everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, how do you expect us to have a good time in here? You know, and like I wasn't discouraged, but it was just like, I need to find the good DJs and cling to them niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how, you know, I really just got connected with the right folks here in Omaha, the real movers and shakers in Omaha, because it was just, I let that guard down like, yo, I seen you doing your thing. I'm Scottie Pigeon. You know what I'm
I
saying?
forgot what event you came up to me. It was just random. Like, yo, bro, I don't even know who this
rocking.
nigga. Yeah, he like,
You rocking,
appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just like, you know, I want you. I just felt it in my soul. Y'all was gonna see me again. You know what I mean? Like, because I knew I was really locked in on it. I had, you know, people in my ear. I mean, I locked myself in the basement for a year just to get my skills right. Like, I was serious about it just because I knew I just wanted to be good at it. You know, I loved hip hop so much. I felt like that was my pocket to be. Yeah, I could be on the dance side, but like, yo, I thought the DJ was so dope, record scratching and like doing different things. I was like, no, I want to do this the right way. So I wanted to cling to the right folks and like, and the best part about it was it wasn't gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh man, like pull up on me here, let's rap here. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, we just started giving game and, you know, shit like that works. You know, and but to say all of that, like, yeah, it was really tough at first, but I do think that like good DJs are who are sought nowadays, and like I don't know, a nigga was grateful that somebody took some opportunities, some risks on me, but that reminds me like, all right, about to be this new wave of DJs coming through. You know what I'm saying? I can't scrape up all the money every weekend from this spot. You know, I got to start giving some opportunities around and like throwing some people in the fire, because I mean, that's how you learn best.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like for aspiring DJs, like actual DJs, you know, who want to mix and like scratch, turntable, whatever you call it, what advice would you give them? Like, if they're just starting off, like in terms of tools, like what do they need? Like what would you suggest? Like,
can I say something?
Please.
I think when it comes to the tools, you start wherever you start. I started with a Newmark Mix Track Pro 2, with a little controller, and that's how I started. I showed up to DJ Mr. Soul with that little shit, but you still can manipulate it and you can still tell if you have the art and the love for it and want to get better on it. Yeah. And everything they're built to translate up. And I remember even moving to turntables, which is an expensive game.
Yeah, that's expensive as shit.
So when you get into turntables and true turntablism, it costs you money. My turntable one is $800. The other is $800. The mixer, which is not even the top of the line, but so shout out to Reloop. I fuck with y'all, but that's about $1,800 plus the records, plus getting the music, plus the headphones, so that's an expensive game versus getting a controller. One of the biggest things is get in where you fit in as far as when it comes to equipment. Gotcha. If you can afford this and you want to do this, do it. If you want to feel the real deal, then you got to invest, get your money and get the turntables. So, but enter wherever you enter, because don't let that be the barrier, because we'll use that as an excuse to not do.
I feel you.
So enter where you enter. That's first. And then do not be afraid to ask for help on how to do this shit. There are online classes. There are people that will teach you if you serious.
Facts. It's another investment.
And it's an investment. Some monetary, some not. But it's people will not waste their time. If you say, I'm going to come, you come one day, then you don't show up the next day you're supposed to come. Be like, all right, they're not serious. That's, you didn't do your homework. We can hear if you practice. We'll leave you alone. So it's just take it. If you're going to take it serious, go ahead and take it serious. Don't mean it has to be your life, but it's like, do this as you're doing anything else. Take it serious and enter where you enter. That's kind of like the starting tips. Like whatever you can get into it. Sorry. Don't let nobody say, like me, I'm like not a purist, but when it feels different carrying turntables. That feel of the spin, it's a different feeling of control. Yeah. And like Shaq, for the most part, he uses a controller, but he uses one of the big boys. Yeah. But it's still a slightly different from the turntables. I love that. Once I went, I love that. I hate controllers now, but it's okay. But I'm not gonna shit on somebody if they know what they're doing. Yeah. Nigga like this know what he doing.
Yeah, we side by side using two different, setups and like you said, honestly, start where you start, because there's always. We upgrade because we want that little couple 2-3% enhancement in our quality. You know what I'm saying? We want that separation of sound. But for the most part, man, I beat the buttons off my SB3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, created some of the best creative mixes I've ever had, and they sound good. You know what I mean? But you wouldn't know what I made it on. It's really who's dictating it. You know what I mean? Fire. And outside of that, honestly, you just got to be a student. Just be a student, remain a student of this. Like, really, really study, really really get crazy about it. You know what I mean? To where like my whole algorithm changed. Who I started following changed. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to lock into it, because I mean, if it's just a hustle for you, it's just going to be here today, gone tomorrow.
But the people will hear it, and then when you get thrown on a real opportunity that you don't have an idea is a real opportunity, you bomb, and they'll never let you know. You just don't get those type of gigs no more. Yeah. So
and you get the most organic following that way as well. When people know that you were a student of it. Who's buddy popping in my name in my head? Tyler, the Creator, one of my favorite artists right now. And I feel like I grew deeper as a fan of his because he's a true student of music.
Oh, absolutely.
And he gives thanks to people that true pioneers, you know what I'm saying, to where like you probably don't even know who we're talking about, but when you do cross path, what are you talking about? He was like, oh, this was that artist that we're talking about. So like, just be a student of what you do, and the right people are gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can express yourself and talk, talk about what you do, and also your passion behind it. Oh man, I'll support you. I'll support you if I know you're serious about it and like you passionate. And I can tell I'm a passionate motherfucker. I know when passion is oozing out of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to show that, and also that's what the fuck it takes.
Last point: learn the basics.
Facts.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you don't know what to do, we gonna hear you don't know what to do, and it sounds crazy. Okay. If you want to start out, stay away from sound effects. because that mask. For those who don't know, when you hear a bunch of horns and shit, that masks your inability to transition and to move from song to song. It masks your inability to be able to beat match it's a mass. That's why most of the time when you hear the horns, gunshots, a new song come on because they don't know how to get you over there.
Facts. No, that makes sense. So for all y'all out there with the Serato software and turntables, you on the right track.
Yeah, get
like
there.
me.
Listen,
Get there.
Listen,
For real. I don't even think I bought Pro until
you was working with the light?
man, I was working the shit out of light. I was a broke boy.
Nigga,
I scraped up them little coins, got me a little, and I ain't shit. I just had some little computer speakers. I just needed to hear that shit back to me. Man, hey, I was trapping out the band though. But once I knew how important it was to invest in your equipment. Because I also wasn't gonna be that nigga that's asking a homie for shit every weekend. I've been there. No, I mean, do what you gotta do. You know, I mean, people are gonna support you, but at the same time, like, I'm only gonna keep supporting you if you're gonna like take this serious and invest in your own shit. Don't be asking me 2 years down the line for the same shit.
Right.
You making money. What are you doing with your money?
Right.
You
Come on, I missed this show because of you, because you didn't let me come pick that thing up.
I am so sorry.
Yo bad.
I am so
That's $100 for that speaker set up. I got it. We 2-3 years down the line. Stop playing with me.
Shout out to all the homies that let me hold down some gear, man.
Yeah, it's nothing when you know they care.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this DJ shit fun. Who your favorite? One of your favorites?
One of my favorite DJs is like ever.
You can go ever, or even right now, current.
Right now, I mean,
because I didn't follow DJs like that.
Yeah.
I got into this not following DJs, and you start to follow them.
Yeah.
Just to see who flare. But
I'm gonna always be a fan of Jazzy Jeff.
Yep.
I think that he still finds creative ways, and it might just be old routines in his head, but I think he finds just really, really creative ways to still do it. One of the younger cats doing it, Miles Medina, fucking sick, sick, just wizard behind that stuff. He was one of the first guys where I was just like, whoa, I've never heard this kind of mixing before. You know what I mean? Mixed with just pure skill. But man, I don't know. Honestly, like even locally, it's a lot of DJs. I mean, obviously outside of us, Ness, Ivan Alvarez, I feel like it's a wizard.
He a monster.
He's a wizard, dog.
Ivan a monster. When he get in his back,
a little
Ivan
silent assassin.
Monster. He a monster.
He definitely is. And then even like Money Marks.
Yep.
Money Marks on the jungle tip. Like that's, it's a lot of waves of music right now. And like I'm glad that like the DJ community is like, I feel like strengthening, you know what I mean? Now I might just be seeing this because I'm in it now, but I'm so happy that I could like just reach out to so many homies like, yo, what's the move this weekend? You know what I mean? I'm gonna always hit the DJs if I'm looking for something to do, and I'm glad that people are starting to do that now. Like, no, go to the source. You know what I'm saying? Go find where these DJs are because that's where we need. You're helping us. You're helping these establishments. Help us build something that like. The new hub of where we need to be at.
I love that.
You know what I mean? I started with soul. I'm always ended with soul. He's so funny. Soul got the voice. He's a radio. He's one of them.
Is.
And but then outside of that, I really love Scratch Bastards create. I just love it. I love it.
I saw him live, man.
Yeah, at the barbecue. You saw him at the barbecue?
Yeah, I saw him at in Texas.
Oh, down at
where was we at?
Austin. You was in Austin?
It was. I was in Dallas.
Okay.
He did
a Scratch barbecue there,
dog. And I'm like, barbecue. Yo, and I'm on the phone. I was talking to somebody on the phone. I think I had to call somebody, and I was like, nigga. I can't wait to get back to the lab. I need to get back to the lab because this nigga is tripping. He's tripping. But it was like that's DJ.
DJing.
You know what I mean? Performative DJ because he's super skilled and like he can do a lot of things that's entertaining. But like just the places that he went, how he talked about it, how he, you know what I'm saying? It was just a master class.
Wow.
And I think that shit still exists.
What about you, C? Since you get into it, are there any that you follow?
I ain't gonna hold you. Like I haven't like done research on them, but like coming from LA, like nightlife, rooftop, K-Tronada, like naturally. But what I'm really into now is following DJs who do a lot of remixing of tracks based on the BPM. Because sometimes I'll find myself in the car like, yo, I gotta play Clyde song, but that it got the Ashanti, and I'm like, yo, it's not.
That don't exist.
It doesn't exist. Like,
Can now with Serato stems. This is not an ad.
it's like you heard, you know what I mean? You heard that on social media, so it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Those be the things, but I'm passionate about music. You know what I mean? So it's just like I feel it when I hear it, and I think that's why I've always kind of been interested in DJing, even if it's just a hobby or something I do low key. You know what I mean? It's just like to feel it, and I feel like I would be able to curate like my own vibe and my own.
So I'm gonna connect you with the homie in Nashville. He was when I brought Chuck Indigo here for the sneakers array. He's his DJ. His name is Mad Moves, but Moves is spelled like Mauve.
Oh, okay.
So like move, Mad Moves.
Niggas be creative.
But his whole bag is blending.
Really?
This random song, but with this, I got a trap song lyrics, but it's on a smooth jazz beat. And he be going crazy. Yeah. We're supposed to do an event called Mash and Flip.
That's hard.
So he's gonna do a lot of the mashups, and I'm gonna do a lot of the sample flips.
Cause see, I'm not just like a hip hop and R&B like and soul head, and that could go all the way back to the 70s. Yeah. But I love 90s alternative music.
Yeah.
Like Meredith Brooke, like Matchbox 20, all that, Third Eye Blind, like it just takes me back to a realm. You know what I mean? Like it's just when there were no cell phones and there were house phones. You know?
We was listening to the radio.
94.1.
94.1 put us on.
Dude.
I like current alternative music. Like Hiatus Coyote is one of the most creative.
Yeah, they sick.
Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Oh, you wildin'. Especially any producer. I'll be saying all the time, any producer needs to be on. So if you just go listen to Knife Wonder, half of them beats is from Hiatus Coyote.
Okay.
He be flipping the shit out there.
Tame Impala.
Jungle. Yep, Jungle is
new
cold.
Alternative six. It's like man, like that's
Little
that's
Dragon.
But but also, man, I mean, I feel like that's also like I feel like that shit is a great example of music. You know what I mean? Like music don't gotta be a specific genre for you to be like, oh no, this is really, really good. You know, it's like the old 70s, you know what I mean, soul music where it's just like, this is a amazing record. I can feel this song. This is music. You know what I mean? And it's like that type of shit you can't deny. I don't care what genre it is. You know, yacht rock, whatever, country. Like if I'm feeling it.
Yeah. And in true hip hop form, to hear it and to hear 18 different ways it could go.
Man. Hip hop
from a producer is crazy. Like just you can hear it. Like some of them artists you can look like, yo, if they just slowed and they took you start producing like, man, and then you try it and you mix it like, man,
you ever produce a song? You ever made a beat?
I haven't yet. Yeah, that's on my list. I'm gonna be going crazy.
Get that Serato studio.
It's like we said last episode though. I posed the question like, if you were a musician, what type of musician would we be?
I definitely produce.
And we both had our piece, but that's one thing I said. I would be an arranger, executive producer.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah,
it's really. But like. Especially, you know, on that tip, like if you can make it to the point where the record is there and like now you're evaluating, what can we do to this record to make it more, to make it pop? You know, I definitely take my hats off. I've always thought that producers just need more credit for making these artists. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like most times the artists step in the studio, song's already done. So we just need you to sing it, bud.
Right.
Right.
That's why I appreciate the Hit Boys and like K-Tronadas who are basically like, no, my name's on this. Hey, featuring or with.
Right.
So yeah, but you're the producer. No, but understand, mine.
Or even those artists that you can lock in a studio. You know what I mean? I can count on maybe one or two hands where, you know, where you can lock somebody in a studio and they can give you a album and a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Those rapper producers, your Crits, your Coles, you know what I'm saying? Your Kanye West, you know what I'm saying?
Royce the 5'9" now, he did his own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's still, but it's still good too. You're like, it's just like, whoa, nigga, hey, this you? You know what I'm saying? All you, but I mean, like, you know, there's not a lot of unicorns like that walking around anymore. But Rush, you know, though that's the level of artistry that I think like needs to get pushed back to the forefront. Like, no, these are the literal geniuses behind these hit records that we do here. You know, but here we are. You know, you gotta have a look.
And I think that's the biggest thing, because I feel like I've been in the room with a lot of producers whose initial passion was to be an artist. But when you get twisted up in the commercial aspect of it and the look, they're like, no, like that piece isn't me. Like, and a lot of them are introverted, right? So it's like they'd rather stay behind the scenes. But it becomes so frustrating with them when they have these artists coming in trying to add to the sound that they created, and it's just like, this is not turning into what I envisioned. And then if they're doing well as a producer, they're like, okay, I'm getting the bag, but like, this isn't fun anymore, because now it's I'm just taking the money. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's why I appreciate people like Sango.
Yeah.
Because he got a lot of beats that just you do not know he produced. Nobody till he go and play them. But he also does his own beat tapes, and he travels his shit from. I loved his beat tape they did from the Sounds of Africa that I got from I think last year before. So
that he remind me, that's that SoundCloud era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those niggas that came up through SoundCloud, and even back now as a DJ, I'm on the circle back to SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you gonna find those like
mixes,
those mashups, those just straight beats that's just like, nah, I need this. But nah, man,
man.
Big. We need to continue to encourage the artists, man. The artists to do that shit. Cause nigga, hey. It's real commercial out here. Yeah. That's why I was saying, I was like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to just have the social media bread. Like, you know what I mean? To like, because it's just like, damn, it feels so fake, or I feel so just not me. You know what I mean? Like, but I gotta find a way to figure it out, because I'm not gonna let that opportunity go.
Your way is the ghost way, to throw up some artsy shit, and then the next post is a flyer, and go on about your day.
Legit.
You stay that way. That's now part of your moniker. That's a part of your identity as an artist.
Right.
Because it's your way of being extroverted without having to be
do it
physically.
So my next question was like, that I'm asking myself, okay, I'm absolutely comfortable with doing what I do all the time, and that I'm good at. I got that kind of eye, but it's like, damn, okay, now how do I grow? You know what I mean? Like, how do I grow? What do I need to do that's gonna like
grow in what terms?
Grow as far as exposure, as far as crowd, as far as who I'm exposing myself to. You
want the hard answer? The hard answer that I'll be doing this year.
Just give me this.
First is how high do you want to go?
Yeah,
but I'm trying to go.
What stage you trying to hit? And I say that want to know where I want to go. I want to be able to go to something like Afropunk and do an all black mosh pit set. Just for 20 minutes. A 20-minute. It's a lot, bro. I got so many fucking songs. I literally have a set on my set list called Mosh Pit. Yeah. And it's not just a bunch of rock stuff, but it's rap. It's rap. But those are one of the stages I want to hit.
Yeah.
So what kind of stage do you want to, like she said, how high you want to go?
Honestly, I want to go as, I just want the creative freedom to be able to do what I want and love, but have enough following to make it worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to create something that is so good that it doesn't matter where I am. You know what I mean? This is a part of the brand. You feel me? So it's like, I want to be able to go to Texas, you know what I mean, and settle down for a year or two and a half, but I still have this creation of mine that already has this following, already has what it needs for it to be successful, because it's attached to this and it's attached to this. At first, my goal was just like, I want to travel the world. I want to be able to do this full time just because it's fun. But you know what I'm saying? Realistically, I just love, I love my life and my lifestyle. You know what I mean? I want to be able to maintain what that is. I don't mind. But what I've learned is that I'm a really, really hard worker. You know what I mean? I'm a head down kind of dude, as long as I just like am behind what I do. I believe in my product. I now believe in my product. You know what I mean? I feel like I have enough to do it, but I just want it to be as organic as possible. So like, I'm okay if I'm only pulling 250 people, but I'm pulling 250 people every time. You know what I mean? Because this is what they know and they trust and believe as well. So to an extent, fuck yeah, that's to the top. But it's to the top of my own comfort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or not necessarily my own comfort, but you know what I'm saying, to the top of like what I know is to be true.
So to answer that question of what you got to do,
What's that?
travel.
Yeah.
Is as simple as, because we're not in the art, we're artists, but we're different, and it's get something tangible to show and recording, even if it's clips.
So I was gonna say, do
And-
you record your mixes, like each of your sets?
Yeah, I record a lot.
I don't. One, I don't know what I'm gonna play. Two, because I that's part of my creative process. I'll fly, but two, you know, it's still IP. To a
Not
degree.
even if it's I'm not saying the whole thing. I'm thinking from a social media content aspect.
Yeah, most of the things, and to be honest, most of my sets that I have recorded are like 45 to an hour and a half, which is not suitable for, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
this quick answer. Now,
Mixcloud,
right now I could right now my Mixcloud and my SoundCloud is I got plenty of my shit on there, you know what I mean. But as far as like where the growth is happening right now in social media and like these trends, I've seen these, I don't know, these DJs, I guess, you know, just blow up because they didn't, you know, put this and this together and nobody's seen it before. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no hater. Everybody can eat. But I just sit back and I be looking at, you know what I'm saying, my peers like, well, keep doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this isn't the presence for y'all, so like this new wave or this new growth isn't going to be, you know, present for you guys. But at the same time, like, we are those road runners that's about to be like,
But make
offering
sure
that real experience.
make sure that growth is real and it's not just a
that's all I
digital
want.
footprint.
I want you to be
So
real.
that's why I say travel. So let's say you gotta be smart with it. You hit social media, you better look at your metrics. Where they hitting at? And be like, hey, old Gary V style, message everybody that like that motherfucker in that area. Hey, what, y'all want me to come out here? Y'all want me to come out here? Build it up, go.
Yeah.
And just go find a little spot to do a set.
Yeah.
And start to build a base. The game don't change for a lot of these mediums. No different artists. When we talk about with you got to hit the markets, you got to go, you got to build a crowd. The game don't change a lot of the times, and that's what all you got to remember. The OG DJs, they've been moving.
doing the shit.
They master their place. Let's go over here. Oh, let's go. Oh, they over here. Let's keep going. And word spread. So it's the same thing. We just get locked in. We get landlocked because we think we're not digitally locked.
Yeah.
We get landlocked. So I'm gonna be, bro. That's why I said travel. I know I'm gonna make it to Nashville.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
That's
do
some
something in
music too.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I know I understand my lane and stuff. So I know what kind of vibe I want, and I know where I want to go with that. I don't want the club.
That's key.
That's not
key
where I'm
too.
going.
Like,
I'm
you
not
can't go and walk up in a club and you know you ain't no club DJ.
Right.
Boy.
You know what I mean?
Especially in a new city, you don't know how that city rocking.
Man, what?
Walk your ass in Atlanta in the club and think, oh boy,
Think you about to
Boy,
be
you
good
finna
because you
have-
play in
yeah.
TI.
you can have a long day, boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's party rocket central. That's like hubs like Atlanta and like Houston, club hubs. Oh man,
Yeah.
it'd be cool. Like, even as a DJ, because every time I be going, you know, I go out with the homies and shit, and like I'm the only DJ friend that most of these guys have.
Mm-hmm.
We go on the scene and it's just like, and they looking at me like, he rocking. I'm like, yeah, this is his field.
Right.
He should rock.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he probably do better than me right now. I don't know, you know what I mean? But
That's their thing.
here we are. But no, you're absolutely right, man. Definitely stay down. And I mean, and also knowing that like this shit ain't gonna grow overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Literally stay
got
stay
time.
down and be patient. I'm a
Nigga,
patient nigga.
DJs don't get old unless you let go of the sound. We don't get old if you keep it up.
Facts.
Even if you ain't keeping up, you can hit a pocket and stay there. So it's about what you want to do. So man,
My mama calling me.
yeah, everybody calling. I'm like getting text calls. Man, but Scottie, man, it's definitely been a pleasure, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can the people find you at since you want to grow? Stop playing.
Man, I'm on Scottie Pigeon on everything. Scottie Pigeon Instagram, Scottie Pigeon Twitter, Scottie Pigeon Facebook, Scottie Pigeon Tumblr, Scottie Pigeon everything. Everything. But no, man, definitely follow me. I'm a follow back kind of guy, and you know what I'm saying, I definitely want to connect with my people. So it's like, yeah, keep up and catch the fucking wave. Surf's up.
Right. C, don't play, man. Thunder C got to come on.
I'm
Thunder
not
C and K
playing.
Cola.
Is this an accountability circle? Do we got
It's gonna have to be.
Come on, like for real.
She saying, "Come on, like our numbers ain't changed.
Right.
What's
I
up?"
was just talking about Guitar Center recently, and like, dude,
When you ready to go,
I had my Pioneer turntables in LA. Like, I had to let those go. But like,
Yeah.
we gonna make sure you get something. You let me know what you want to do, and we rocking.
I'm ready.
It's nothing. We'll give you the scoop on that shit. What to get, what not to get, what's top of the line, what's not, and it's okay.
Listen, even if I need to be like an assistant on the side, like, all right, what?
I'm gonna be like,
I mean, I know I'm not gonna
I'm gonna be
hand
like,
you
hold me
any
down. I gotta go to the
vinyls.
bathroom.
Oh no, we ain't passing.
I ain't passing no vinyls out the crate, but like,
Yeah.
Hey, set that speaker up. No, like go back to the roof. Hey, bring my shit in, please. No, that'd be
no.
great.
Not the DJ
That'd be
intern.
great.
not that, not that.
Hey, I show. I ain't gonna fake it. I was the helpful hand though. It's just like, yeah, I'll stick around. Let me help you out, niggas. I need some nuggets.
Right, for sure. Man, it's all good. We got you.
I appreciate you guys though, man. Super dope platform y'all got. Dope podcast. Thanks for the invite. About time, shit. Hey.
Everybody in their feelings. You see what I'm saying? Everybody in there.
Nah, that's
You want to go to the old spot?
Hey, no.
All right, come
I like
on.
this guy.
All right, now stop playing.
All right,
Put
get
you on that
comfortable.
wood
Get
bench,
comfortable.
nigga. That wood bench, we're going to be like this right next to each other in my house, nigga. Stop playing.
Hey,
In the house.
Hey, I don't want it up with y'all.
Yeah, man. We
we
have to make
appreciate
sure. We definitely appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned with us. Make sure y'all follow, share, subscribe, like, comment,
All that shit.
post. Tell somebody. I don't care if the post bad. That make us look good. And I might reply to your ass. But it's all good, man. We appreciate y'all. We at Streets A&R. That's Streets A&R on all platforms, everything but Apple right now. So we gonna get that shit fixed. I just gotta sit down one weekend and get that shit fixed. This shit pissing me off.
That's all it is.
But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. And we appreciate you, Scottie, for coming and chilling with us, man.
Yeah.
Make sure this bird fly, man. Man, it's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
Yeah.
And it's your girl COB.
We appreciate y'all, man. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.